Yeah, project baby. These streets took my conscience. Sniper gang. These streets took my conscience. Hey, everybody with me on that same thing. I don't gang bang, but I bang bang. I pulled up to the club, I got on 8 chain. Took that bit of wings and things, she wanna be my man.
Brown liquor made my dog insane. Booted up a geek, it's the same thing. Fish Calamari, it's the same name. Murdered by the stains, which gang you claim? The bitch pat that face cost 10 chains. Took your bitch out to eat on the private plane. Real talk 150 when it's plain Jane. Fuck the jack behind the dumpster for some cocaine.
Hey, free my nigga cool, he in the chain gang. Chris Johnson, I swear for God, I dropped the 28. I told my nigga be smooth, he put a potato on the barrel. I kicked a dumbass out my crib, say she want Chanel. I bought that bill late cause she ain't got no hair. I sent that poor at whole Uber, she ain't got no wheels. 30 goals in my mouth like I'm Stephen Curry. 30 clip in my Glock cause I'm a damn wordy.
Streets left me scarred, ain't no worries. Run my money up in a hurry. 13 scribbles, Jane Harden. Money make you greedy when you starving. More these shots up because they vouching. Before I had anything, I was saucy. Before I had that Bentley truck, I was saucy. All these hills, yeah, I pray you never cross me.
She say she pregnant, I swear I think I wanna all her. 1800, I got more stories than an author. I'm credit card swiping at the Chase Bank. Hey, me and Future gang, same thing. I check your temperature, nigga, is you hot or cold? Like a state trooper, I make my money on the road. I remember hearing highs, a nigga cap for gold. These streets made me lose my conscience, took a nigga soul.
These streets took all my soul from me. Try to leave me in the cold. TC took my conscience from me. Now tough love is all I show. I know my niggas got love for me, and they filling up they nose. I know my Livy got love for me, she just want everybody to know.
I know my niggas, they be missing me, so I be posted on the stroll. I don't even care how much of cash I see, I'm always gonna be in the know. I ran out of money, then they switched lane. I ran it back up, and then I switched lane. Candy cane. I brought a brand new K and I can't wait to let it spray. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to bring you through so much of pain. I said I'm sorry, I ain't mean for it to be the way. Hey, but fuck it, bitch, I'm here. I got diamond rain. All the finest things, designer jam, I'm getting paid. These streets took my conscience. All the finest things, designer jam, I'm getting paid. These streets took my conscience. All the finest things, designer jam, I'm getting paid. All the finer things, designer jam, I'm getting paid. All the finer things, designer jam, I'm getting paid.
The dustiest niggas been fucking with us. Am I a GOAT? Well, probably not. I probably was, but you probably forgot. My white label had to go white label shit when he stepped out his body and finally got hot. Hand me the tools like I'm picking a lock. Me and white bitches been kissing a lot. My honor comes from the shit that I do for the ones that I love. Is between them and I. Your honor comes to the court and the officer pleaded so that you could cut off some time. Nowadays y'all don't want to put in no work. Y'all just won't jump to the front of the line and hurry and run out the 9. Baby boy, please. I heard what you said to little bro about me. Yeah, and when you run into the ice, man, what you gonna do except freeze? You not about to squeeze, you not in the streets. I'm cut niggas off at the knees, they ain't no standing on business with me. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy, give me a motherfucking seat. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy, I bet I know who I see. You know how I fly cause I land at the beach, when you land you can see me. You whisper my name cause the way that it carry, you can't even speak. Yeah, you can't even speak. Whisper my name and don't say it too loud, cause you gotta come here and you know I pop out. We turned to Coachella, had boys backing down, and we might do the same if we touch rolling loud. If you my nigga, then say that my nigga. Like, what's up, my crow, they come hunt me right now. Come on to me and get one of them out, cause you know how these niggas been counting me out. Okay, okay, you gotta whisper my name. Yo, hey, you gotta whisper my name. Yo, hey, yeah, yeah, hey, hey, I'm doing my big one, you doing the little one. What kind of man are you? A middle one. Yeah, my brother said he want a blue beam, I'ma get him one. My new team don't know how I live, she shopping at Erewhon. My brother got no fuck to give, he popping at everyone. This ain't fixable smoke where you see us out sitting with Farrakhan, nigga.
Good morning, chat.
This shit like the bag that you bring on the plane, it's gon' carry on. These boys dress up and think that they somebody, shit is like Comic-Con. My YGs are faster than praying, you lucky it's Ramadan. Otherwise they would be posted outside like the Pentagon. You niggas be hitting the net for some love, you a tennis ball. I take 500K, not a dinner, I never could learn shit from none of y'all. Whisper my name and don't say it too loud, cause you gotta come here and you know I pop out. We turned to Coachella, had boys backing down, and we might do the same if we touch rolling loud. If you my nigga, then say that my nigga. Like, what's up, my crow, they come hunt me right now. Come on to me and get one of them out, cause you know how these niggas been counting me out. Okay, okay.
Good morning, chat. Good morning, good morning.
My name, yo, hey, okay, you gotta whisper my name.
Hold on, chat, 1 second. So I'm a little late today. I'm a little late today.
I just asked God why he called for truth. When it's time to ride, if you love him, nigga, prove. You know all your little niggas gon' shoot shit up for you. I thought I seen a ghost because your son look like you fool. King True, H. I hop out, I'm dabbing. My old lady classic. We on to this fashion. My goose and I'm dabbing. Hop out with a baby. My faculty bragging.
Alright.
My breeze, they have fashion. She naked, I walk through the door. I promise you know. I pull up a bow and got more. I'm cold as the no fucking pole. I came a long way from the stove. I hop in the fire and go slow. I start, ain't no time in it. Oh. I just beat the K. I hopped at the bin. I just for some twins. Had the jury in. I hopped
More chat.
pull up in the rain. Got drink in my cup. Like on Kurt Cobain. From Ashley to class. Keep up with my ice and my passion. I take care of my kid with a passion. I pray to God that they stay happy. Lil' Roscoe, he sleep where it's nasty. They could've freed him cause he grew up with no dad. But instead they took advantage and did him badly. Ain't get no fuck.
More chat.
It was sad.
Holy.
Got a camera from the club and that's all they had. They also knew that little nigga didn't have a wagon. Damn. H. I hop out, I'm dabbing. My old lady classic. We on to this fashion. My goose and I'm dabbing. Hop out with a baby. My faculty bragging. My breeze, they have fashion. She naked, I walk through the door. I promise you know.
Everything good? Good morning, chat. What's up, Pencil? What up, Matt? What's up, IVR Overseas? Forex up, what's up, man? Spaceman Sound, what's up? Mason Motesate, what's up? What's up? Katarina V9, what's up? Good morning. Pub SWAT, what's up, man? Ass? I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Astanis? What's up, man? Rhythm, what up? What up? Okay, chat. We what was I say? I think we have some We don't have news today, don't we? Yeah, no news today. We do have orange folders though. Orange, yellow folders right now 8:30, and then 10 a.m. in about an hour and 47. You got revised UOM consumer sentiment. So that's something. I think that's all for the day though. Just that, and then yesterday was like the only day where you did have like some type of like news, right? So yeah, hopefully, you know, the volume comes in. I'm not exact. Actually, I did check earlier to see what's up, but let me just check again, because what happened yesterday when we hopped off chat? Did it like move? Did we move yesterday? A little bit, right? Let's see. So we got off. Actually, hold on. I don't know if it moved. We got off around 10, 11. No, it didn't really move. It didn't move until Asian was when it moved, and then now it's kind of moving. Not really. Like it's like not moving too heavy in the direction, but. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the daily zones are pretty key, chat. Your daily candle closure, like off bat, like you have this daily count that closed. You can say weak bullish, holding this range. So like after like the moves from, I think Wednesday, Thursday, right? Like you came down and then this candle closed bullish, holding the zone. So like as long as you're holding that area, chat, you could just make your way down towards the bottom of the range, which is going to be into this zone here, right? That's like your range fill. So question becomes like, where are we going to reject from, right? Obviously like this, it could be an area you could reject from, like off of these daily zones here. And if it does flip, then you can start working or looking for ways to come down towards like 39, 40. Now let's see, let me just put this over here real quick. Put this down here, and then yeah, like this move up again, it's been like slow. There is a bit of structure though. Like there was this move that this is the move from Thursday, right? Thursday 8, and then you kind of corrected like 90% of it, 80% of it, and then Asian came down and continue up, right? So there is a bit of structure here. Like this is your initial low zones right here, and then there's like some nice or a decent higher low here. All right, so question becomes like, when is this gonna stop? Is the question. Like, is it gonna, like, when are we gonna head back down? Because until then we won't know, right? This can just continue all the way up towards like into these ranges, especially if you start like breaking into it. So like I wouldn't really know, but the moment we start shifting back down and creating structure, that's when we'll have a better idea, and then eventually we can look for ourselves, right? So I'm not gonna lie, like yesterday looked like you had more potential, but it didn't end up doing anything crazy. So today looks like you could have less potential, and maybe it could pick up and do something crazier than yesterday, right? But that's kind of where I'm at with price. Like the daily is clean, so at any given point, again, daily could just continue making its way down towards the bottom of the range, just like with the way it closed, holding the support or the resistance, right? As long as you're holding this zone, like any given point that can flip. It's just like top wick. I wouldn't know where it's gonna go. It could be up here, it could be here, it could be wherever. It could even close bullish today, right? But that's the hard part. But once we figure that out, or once price gives you that information, okay, cool, we can start looking for positions, right? But the first key thing is volume. So you want to see something pick up, because this move here is like, I wouldn't say that's really volume going up. It's pretty slow, which means that if you were to come down and continue like that bear trend from like Tuesday, Wednesday this week, you can get a 1-2 pop correction of like whatever this was, because this is again very, very slow range going up, right? It's not that crazy of a push. So at any given point you could get a 1-2 pop. It's just like the top wick, and if you do, then that's when you start looking for like pullbacks and holds, and then as you get that structure, right, as you continue to close below, then again you have clean traffic all the way down. So it's just a matter of like when that'll pick up, and if it does pick up, is there going to be a top wick? Is there going to be a steeper top wick, right? So that's the part we don't know, because if that does happen too, chat, that's not a bad thing because we can also still get wick entry sells, honestly. If price does continue up, we can look for wick entry sells because I do think this is still like the first break outside this range here. So anything outside this range could literally take you back into the range for a fake out, right? You can pop up and then still any given point pull back, right? And you'll see, like if it pulls back, you'll see if it's a higher low. You'll see if it's a higher low, if it holds these ranges. You'll see if it is a lower high, right? This could be a lower high after lower highs, like coming down. You can see if that's a lower high if you start to reject and then start shifting back into the range. But these are the things that like we gotta wait for. We gotta figure out if this is a lower high or a higher low, right? So that's the hard part. That's like the hard part of trading. But price will give you the answers to what you're looking for eventually. It's just a matter of, you know, time today. So again, still early, 8 a.m. You have until 11. There's news at 10. You have news at 8:30, but they're very like yellow folders. So yeah, but yeah, wick entries could be doable. So again, wick entry sells doable, and then continuation sells. I think the continuation sells are more of a fake out. I'll say more so like into this range. So it's either that or we get like wick entry sells. I haven't figured out where yet, but I have a feeling it might be like somewhere up in that gray box there. Let's see. Let's put this across. Hold on, let's not do that yet. Or let's put this here. Let's delete that. Let's go here. Put that there. 38.59, right? Like there's obviously more zones coming down too, but that would be to bomb the range. So 39.56, 40, 48. This is the resistance right now, right? Cool. And then 40.93. What was that again? 40.93 was the wick entry sell zone, right? If you were to push up towards that zone. So yeah, we'll have that up there. That's like 400 pips though, so that's really far, but I'm going off of like these areas here to the left if you were to come up. So again, that's really far. And then the next thing is just continuation. So chat, basically like if we're looking for positions today, like we're not really looking to trade anything in this range for buys. Like I don't have any buys here. I probably won't have buys until like you break above like 4,200 or something. Like so that's like 900 pips. So it's pretty far. Unless you really show structure throughout these ranges, then we can start looking for ideas like a lot sooner for buys. But until then, it's pretty far. But yeah, this range here probably not gonna do anything. This range here probably not gonna do anything because we gotta wait to see. Like this is information ranges, right? So we gotta wait for more info. And then below here, we'll start looking for, again, or here could be wick entry sells, and then here could be continuation of fake outs. All right, so that's like kind of your two ideas here. So yeah, wick entry sells chat, this green box, and then here is going to be continuation sells, right? But in between is like the hard part, which is just not really hard because you just gotta wait. You just gotta sit there and wait, honestly. All right, and then that should be like, that should be it. Let me just copy this over real quick. So 42.35. Maybe we'll get more ideas too, you know, as the session goes on with the more accounts I print. $42.35 around here. 40.50. 38.95. $39.56, 4001. And 49.3. Alright, chat. So that's basically it. That's all we got. That is basically it for now. It would be nice if we can get part of this range, but I gotta see volume, right? Like look at the 5 here. It's really been like slowly dropping out. Even this move down was pretty slow too. So the last time we had some volatility was maybe like, I'll say this move here, NY yesterday. So I thought that was gonna be a drive yesterday for NY. You remember DVS01 keep asking me to verify phone number in the Discord? Yeah, you have to verify. There's like way too many people making like fraud accounts and like spamming everybody. So I turn on like the security like in the Discord. There's too many like spam accounts coming in and just like, hey everybody, join my signals. We haven't lost, and you know, you can't verify your phone number though. Do I have Telegram? No, I don't have Telegram. I used to have a Telegram, but we haven't used Telegram in years, in ages. Not working? Well, what you mean it's not working? Verify phone number? Can't verify phone number. I'll turn for it's a DVS server, not the overseas ones. I'll turn it on for. I'll turn the security on for like just a session, just so. Wait, no, you should still be able to get the signals regardless, though. You really can't verify though. There's so many scammers in like this industry. I just didn't want to like. Yeah, you gotta verify before sending a message. Because people were making fake accounts of like other people yesterday, like Visa. Can't join stream. You really can't verify, bro? Like, what does it say when you put the number though? Like, number not valid? Like, you put in like, what does it say? Like, is it like an error code or something? I'll turn it on for the NY session, but I need that to be on though, cause I don't want scammers coming into the channel. Here, for the DVS server, I'll turn it on for now. Or turn it off for now. Try now. You should be good now. But we'll figure something out. Are we looking for buys? Are we looking for buys? No, I am like far away from buys. I'm probably like not too far actually. Hold on, how far are we from buys? Like I'm probably like 900 pips away from buys. Kind of far actually. 980. So I'm gonna have to watch price drive up like 980 until I confirm that it's bullish, because it's not really about the pips, but it's about the structure zones. Like I want to see a break above this structure. So until then, like anything below here can still like be bearish. So anything below can still be wick entry sells. That's what kind of I got going on right now. But yeah, until you break that structure like 4150, you can just come up and then still correct the move down. What's up, Damon? Damn, really? It requires you to verify a phone number to just join a Discord stream? That's crazy. I thought I was just like sending messages out most. What's up? It's up. Yeah, it's Friday. It is Friday. You're right from Wednesday, by the way, Don. I had a 4K TP and it hit, but I got nervous and got out early. What was I right about? You told me not to? Tell you not to what? I told you not to close or something? Tell you not to get the trade? I don't remember. But Wednesday? I don't remember. So wait, did you come on profit though? Or you like at all? Or did you just like close it like BE or something? Oh, I told not to be nervous. Yeah, I told everyone not to be nervous. Chat, never be nervous in your trades, man. Like once you have your alignment, you enter. If something is off about the trade, never enter, because you're gonna be 10x nervous when you're in the trade. It's like if you're imagine like I don't know, like you get into a trade, everything's clean, everything is rock solid. Every confirmation you have is aligned. Boom, boom, boom. You have that one, like it's like when you're taking off for an airplane, right? You have something that goes wrong, you get into the air, you're gonna be more nervous than you would usually be. So why would you want to put yourself in that predicament, man? You know, just make sure everything's aligned. That doesn't mean like everything's perfect. You'll never know for sure if everything's perfect, right? But like, you know, make sure like, oh, did we close above the range, for instance? Is there a bottom wick that you wanted once you close above the range? Did you have the minor pullback like you wanted? Like these are things you planned for. So then once you plan for it and they all kind of happen, boom, 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 check, 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 check. You get into the trade. No matter if you go into like a 2,000 pip drawdown or, you know, 100 drawdown, you're sitting there chilling because you picked the valid stop loss, you know, everything aligned and you're good. But if you get into a trade and something's off, like you didn't close above where you wanted it to close above, but you got it anyways because you're like, oh, fuck it. Then yeah, you're gonna sit in that trade straight in your pants. So it's kind of how like when I go in drawdown, like we're chilling, right? Because we're usually waiting for everything to align. What's up, Farzam? What's up? Chat, it's a Friday, man. We had 2 trades this week. We averaged 3 a week. Today's the last day of the week, so could there be a trade today? Could there be a trade today? It's Friday Cloud, the chance of meatball pips. Alright, Varzo. I actually didn't watch it. I watched like the first 2 minutes of it. I gotta watch it this weekend. My hair looking crazy today though. I woke up mad late. Why I stay up mad late? Why you see mad late? Varzo, why are you talking so normal today, Varzo? I actually never seen you speak this normal in 6 years. Alright, there you go. That's the Varzo I know. I was playing hockey, that's why. I had like a late game. Yo, it's Gavin McKenna Day. Where are my Leafs fans in the chat? Now, can price go down without top wick here? I think this could be a top wick on a higher time from right now. Like on a daily, this is like a top wick. That's the thing. Like when it's moving up slow, any given point can just rip down as a 1-2 pop. Especially on the daily. Like if the daily is closing like below the range, for instance, holding the ranges, you know, any top, it could be a top wick anywhere within this green box that to make this daily candle flip bearish. So it could come down without a top wick, but even if it does come down, you know, I'll ask myself, like, is that even a confirmation that's driving down? Yeah, I wouldn't say so, because then you can still come up. This could still be like higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. So if you can come down and then create a bit of structure, that'll be a lot better. So I'm guessing I'm below, like into this range, you know, at least. At least. Spreads are good though. It's pretty decent. Maybe it's gonna pick up here. Maybe we'll glitch. There's a little bit of structure going the opposite way though. Lower highs, lower highs. So that's good. Do 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 do. Where can I learn price action? Honestly, on this stream. Price action is like a mix of support and resistance, market structure. That's all that really is. Price action. Action price. Price action. What's up, white cakes? Wait, we got copyrighted twice yesterday, right? Let me just make sure it's certain music that's playing today then. Keep it low too. You still have your free course? The free course? No. We have, well, yeah, actually on my YouTube channel we do, but on my website, no, it's just a playbook now. It's just a playbook now. It's like a mini crash course. More so on like on the strategy though. Honestly, this is all you need to know in trading, chat. No, not that. Where was it? Understand time frames, market cycles, ring counts backwards. This is honestly all you need to know in trading. Because once you can read counts backwards, you can kind of read strategies backwards too. It's kind of all the same after a while. But yeah, reading counts backwards, like being able to identify like 1 hour time frame and seeing how that looks on the 30 versus seeing how that looks on the 15. So like being able to identify this pattern on different time frames, and that's kind of how you realize different time frames. You know how like some people have issues with or I had issues when I first started with like looking at like trying to see like what time frames to use. Like how do I know when to use the 15? How do I know when to use the minute? You know, when to use the 4, when to use the daily. Like you want to use them all, right? But what does that mean? Like that means like trying to like understand, you know, like let's say you look at the 1. If you look at the 1, you should be able to see the 30 with time, right? As time goes on, you'll be able to see more candles within the 1 hour candles, and then same thing with the 15. You should be able to see the structure. But all in all, it's really just like higher, low, higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, and then drop, right? So then you go on a smaller time frame, or you shift it over here, you stretch it. Let's see if I can stretch it. Can I stretch it? Pause. And then you got that. But you see how it's like kind of the same motion. It's the same thing. And then that'll tell you a lot about market structure when you're breaking, and you'll understand like the importance of a closure above and a closure below, and what that looks like and what that actually means, you know, what no top wick means, what a leg candle means, this and that. Because like knowing the definitions of things are good, but like, you know, being able to like go in depth with them is what's going to make a difference in your trading, right? Like what does even make a resistance? Yeah, beta pip is also good too when you first start. Like I'd say grade 3. Yeah, probably like, I think I'd say grade 6, but I gotta check it out again. For sure not the whole thing though. You like the whole thing is just like basically definitions of a bunch of different strategies, right? I'll say like, oh look, coming down here. Nice. What's up, Cookie? Done. Range at 39.33 or break down to 38.85. What do you prefer? I think I'm looking for below 39.99. Below there for the fake out. $33 is nice too, but if price were to come down, below 33 could be like our second trade or something, because then it would just continue down, right? We'll have more sells below there. But I think the first thing I'm looking for is 99. below there. Nothing here though, chat. I gotta let this drop like 360 pips. And part of that reason is, chat, I just don't know if this is gonna be a higher low or not. Like, I really don't know. It's the first drop outside this range, right? And it's pretty good volume. But I wouldn't know until structure is actually created. Otherwise, like, looking at this, like, any of this could be higher lows. And you don't want to be caught in that, because then you can just clean traffic above here. It can just take you up. So, at least, like, if not 39.99, at least below like 40, like 18, 40, 20, at least. At least. How you feeling today? Chilling? Just chilling. Friday. At least I'll get Gavin McKenna. I'm excited. But I have a stacked roster next year. Any new music that's dropped this week, chat? Anything dropped last night? Oh, Future dropped a song. Unsane? Me too. I hope it's good. Oh, I hope it's like a little different. If Ye's on it, for sure. Or he working on it. It'll be good. Yeah, I swear he worked on like every album with Travis except for Utopia. Is that free when creating a webpage? Nothing's free. The webpage is not free, no. Is 4562 a major zone? No. I think it's minor zone. It's a daily top wick zone though. But it's only one thing I'm basing it off of, which is this. So that's like kind of where I was seeing like the top wick at. So it was near. It was in between like 50 and 57. But it's not enough to say it's major. I think major won't be until. I think major is more so for 9.3. More reactions there. But it's still a rejection area. Potential rejection area. Nyse said price may range around 39.30. Then the market will decide direction. Does 3886 need to be broken first before ranging, or will it hold a6 and stabilize around 30? 3930. Yesterday was, where are we, like around 3930 around here. Yeah, like I think I said that on Monday too. Yeah, because you're tapping like a daily like zone, right? So whenever you come down towards like that's the thing though. I don't know if you're actually done yet, because the bottom of the range is like 3930. Oh yeah, right there, 3930, 3920, 3930. So you haven't filled it yet. That hasn't been filled yet. Does that need to be filled? No, it doesn't need to be filled. It could reject from wherever it rejects from. Just like how this kind of rejected the middle of nowhere, or this rejected the middle of nowhere, right? It doesn't need to. But once you fill the range, like if you were to reverse on price, you will see reversals usually after filling the ranges. You wouldn't just reverse the middle of nowhere, right? So like it's very rare that price just comes in the middle of nowhere and just rejects. Like if it were to actually reject, it will like come down and fill the range, and then it'll start to create some structure, some ranges on the small time frame. It might be a couple days, right? Whatever. And then you have resistance, and then you got support. And then from there, it's like, okay, are you gonna break up or below? Once you break up or below, if you pull back and hold, continuation. Above here should be continuation, right? Now this higher low confirms that you have direction. Or you can break above and get faked out if you don't hold, right? Which is just gonna be continuation of price. And the same thing goes for the way down. If you were to break down first, it can pull back and continue to drive, or it could fake out back into the range, right? So I wouldn't really know until that step is completed, like until that very next step is completed. Like you see how right now we haven't filled the range yet. So I can't tell if we're gonna start ranging yet. If you fill the range, which that's something I believe price likely could do, because this is the middle of nowhere, that's when I'll know, okay, it's a high chance you'll start ranging now between these areas. And the range could last for however long, I don't know the time, right? But like you'll start making decisions there. That's your decision zone that you were mentioning. But from here, it's kind of just rejected in the middle of nowhere. So today's daily could be a top wick for price to rip back down. Like it could be whatever. It could even close like the leg candle, and then Sunday could make its way down, right? But you want to like look at it for what it is at the moment. Like what is price printing at the moment, and what's the very next thing it could print? So forget about like yesterday, or forget about like last week. Like just look at price from today's perspective. Like, oh, okay, cool. So this move is like a pretty slow move up. Are we going to create a steeper top wick? Are we gonna break into this range, right? Because then if you break into this range, you'll start seeing price filling the ranges. And if it does, anything back below 40.50 could be a fake out still. And that's when you can start saying, okay, cool. Once you get that fake out, and maybe you get a bit of structure too, holding that 40.50 zone, you can start saying, okay, going back to the idea of price rejecting the middle of nowhere, could you now fill that range finally, right? But like from here, I wouldn't really be able to tell. But the zones on a daily, if it were to happen, this is your area. This is your ranging area, right? It's just that, again, this is the middle of nowhere. So that's kind of like where we're sitting. W features. Which actually, which one did you get? So you get strong reversal after hitting FVG, but it doesn't have to. I don't know if that's the FVG. I marked it up off of just support and resistance, but chat, price isn't obligated to do like anything, right? It's like you can have like in trading, I guess like my perspective is like I'm following price. Like I'm usually like trailing price. I'm not really like, or I can have ideas. Like today, we'll draw out 2 scenarios that we can look for sells in, right? Because today is like still somewhat bearish. So we can look for wick entry sells or fake out. Those are my 2 ideas that I drew out. And I drew out the exact zones that I need that to happen at. So I would draw it out. I don't know if it's going to actually print or not. The good part is that if it doesn't print, then you're not really going to get any positions. You can't just move on with your day. But if that exact movement prints, if price actually follows those footsteps, then that is your position, because you drew out that play to avoid the opposite of happening, if that makes sense. Like you drew out, let's say, am I looking for sells here? No, because I wouldn't know from here if it's going to come down or not, right? But I'll draw a play like today we drew out. If we get a push below 39.99, pull back, hold, continuation below, we can look for sells. Maybe it can also be 40.18 if you come up for a top wick first and then come down, right? But those are like my 2 fake out plays right now, for instance. So if price prints exactly that, we'll look for those exact positions. If it doesn't, let's say it just comes down like this and then there's no pullback. Shit, I just missed on the move, right? Because, or not really missed out because the pullback didn't occur. So you can't just let it drive, right? You draw a different play down here for continuation of price, right? So more so a breakout instead of a fake out, but that's a whole different idea. So like that's kind of what you're doing. And then also when it comes down to like deciding where price is gonna go, you don't need to be like, you know, like you don't need to be trying to predict every movement that will happen without that very next movement showing you what it's gonna do first. Like how would, like for me, like I wouldn't be able to tell. Maybe like back in the day I would, but I wouldn't be able to tell from here if you're gonna go up or not. Like there's a high chance it could, because you've been coming up here and there's been a bit of structure, but is a high chance enough of a confirmation? Nah, because even if you were to break above here, you gotta kind of zoom out and think about it from like a structure perspective, right? Like looking at this on the 1 or the 4, like if this is the range, you know, and this is the first break outside of the range, right? If this is the range and this is the first break outside of the range, it can still be a fake out. So that's why I wouldn't know, right? Like wouldn't know to a point where I can't enter. If you were to break above, you can still fake out any given point. Okay, now Don, what if it breaks above, pulls back and holds? Is that better? It's a little better. That's like plus 10% maybe, right? In terms of probability of driving up now. Okay, cool. Now what if it like starts to close above the range? I mean, or maybe, let's see, what if it starts to close above this range? Like that. Could that be a lot better? Sure, right? And then like you kind of just, okay, from here, like if it closes above that range after holding, like creating a bit of structure here, you can say, okay, cool. Now there's a high chance that since you were able to break through this range, and then now you're breaking through this range, that's your range 2 breakout above here. Okay, shit, you can start looking for buys now, right? To go up towards this range here, this very next range. But like I wouldn't know. Like there's nothing that's like obligated to happen. Let's say price does do this though. Let's say price does break above 40.93, right? And then in your world, you're looking for like a higher low to form for a bottom wick before going up, right? So let's say the bottom wick forms. You open up, bottom wick forms, but then all of a sudden it doesn't flip. It starts to fake back into this range. Just because it closed above here doesn't mean 100% it's going to drive up. You still got to wait for those like small type confirmations you wanted to look for, right? It closes back into the range. Okay, what's this then? This is now still a fake out. And then that's your move. But like you can't predict too far ahead if there's not enough information like printing to show what's going to happen next. All right, especially when you're just like kind of ranging like this. So like same thing goes with that F or that daily that bottom wick here. Like it doesn't need to happen. I'll know if it starts to shift below like 39.99. So that's why a lot of times we're just kind of sitting here and waiting for price to like just break out and move, because that's like our information. That's like the missing piece to the puzzle that we're waiting for before we, you know, get the full picture of what's happening. And that's all that is. Why do you think price will go down instead of going up because of the daily week? I don't know. It could go up. I don't know if it's gonna go down. It could go up. It could go up towards 93 here. This shows clean traffic. So, but at the same time, this is still, you know, could still be a fake out. Chat, we have wick entry sells, by the way, huh? I don't know if some people might have came late today, but I do have wick entry sells. I was looking at 49.3. So that's gonna be like, oh wow, that's close. That's 300 pips away. That's not too bad. And I had that based off of like the 4-hour zones, 1-hour zones. Could there be something lower? Could we get a better entry? Could there be a better entry? 49.3. Let's see, 48 could be some. How far is that? That's still 270, right? So I gotta let that drive to get the wick entry sells. But anywhere in this zone could react. So like there is a chance that it could reject prior. But I will have that zone there because I don't see anything else that I could use really. Maybe the weekly zones. 48.1. 48.1 could be something. What's up, P9? Fake out is fill the lower time frame range up. But yeah, like trading just gets like way simpler the moment you start trying to guess where it's gonna go, because you're a reactor really. Like a retail trader, you're just a reactor. You're reacting what price is doing instead of like always trying to like predict and guess where it's gonna do. You could guess. It's just when you can just react and price tells you where it's gonna go. That's why you see us like buying highs and selling bottoms, because we're just following the trend a lot of times. Unless we take a wick entry sell or wick entry buy, we're just like kind of reacting to what price is printing. This is a pretty heavy rejection. So yeah, you tapped above to 65 zones. Hey, lead pip. Remember earlier when I was like, you might need like liquidity up. Like if it's a sharp move up, you might be good if you survive. This was a sharp move up, but now you need to start coming back down, right? But that's kind of the volume that you want to see. So I know it's like coming up close, but that is the spike you wanted to see to like bring in some volume, because now if you start shifting back into the range, like that move down will be just as heavy as that move up. That's like what happens when you're in the range. Like next thing is just liquidity. We got 1 and 30 minute leg candles where, yeah, 30 minute and 1, yeah. Man, if we got the wick entries, that'd be nice. It was still really far though. Chat, every time you're ranging, it's the first breakout, it's like wick entries. Because you're likely gonna, like, if it's a first breakout outside of the range, like think about it. If you range chat and then it's the first breakout, like when you break out, you don't just drive. You break out and pull back, right? So then taking that wick entry, especially when like you're kind of bearish, is clean. And that's usually a day after like you have some drives. You think this is a fake out? It could be. It hasn't broken back into the range yet. That's the thing, right? So it could still be a higher low. I wouldn't say it's a fake out until you break below like 18 at least. 18 at least. Because 18 you start shifting back into this area. You can still come down here and still create a higher low, right? Like again, this like on a smaller time frame, this is a smaller time frame bearish move. Higher time frame is all-time high bullish, right? But that's bearish. And then smaller time frame, these are still, this is still higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. It can be a higher low to come up. So yeah, I guess that's like micro versus macro trend. But yeah, 18, I don't know. This range is like a chat. I'm not trading this range. I don't know what's gonna happen there. The 300 pip range though is not bad. You broke the daily high though, like this one, the minor resistance. I think this is your next major zone, 93. Was that news though? Because that was a decent push, right? 250 pips. News bullish for going at these though. I guess this is some. Got the 1 hour and 30 leg candle. Let's see if you can get the body reaction. Spreads are decent though, coming down. What's up, guys? What's up, Massive? I'm in these cells, curious if it will play out, but worth taking for me. I don't get it. You said you're in the cells and you're curious if it'll play out, if it's worth taking for you. If you're in, what that mean? Worth taking? You're in it. Yeah, I think you should be in profits too. What's up, Vivicia? What is liquidity grab? When you're in a range and let's say you're driving up, right? Let's say you're bullish, right? Because you're bullish prior to breaking into that range. So then what you can do, or what happens, is price would like break the lows. And since it's still bullish, this could still be seen as a higher low. And you should shift back to the range and it's continuation. So like it's a liquidity grab in terms of like it's a range and you spike one way before going the other. It doesn't always mean that though. Like there are times where it does do that. It spikes down and then it comes up. It doesn't break the highs and it just continues back down. But you will get like usually like pass into this range fakeout. You can look for like a wick entry buy in this case, right? To come up towards this range for a top wick. Because even if you don't come up to the range completely, you'll get something like this before going down. So that's like my ideas behind like wick entries. Or opposite too, like if it were to be bearish, same thing. Like it just breaks to the upside first. If like you're ranging, and then you break it to the upside, and you shift back into the range, right? That would be your liquidity grab. You're holding a 41, it should be good. This leg kind of fills all the way down to 36. 41 could be a minor support. How do you prevent FOMO? FOMO, you just fuck. I don't prevent FOMO. No, FOMO, you just gotta say it out loud, man. Like can you really FOMO if like, look, you know, we said like, hey, this range here we're not gonna take. So you can't just say to yourself like, hey, for 300 pips I'm not taking a sell. Simple. And then you just don't FOMO. Like you just say like if there's, because you know why though? Because this move down isn't my move, right? So if like for you, like if you know someplace isn't your move, but you know it's a big range, let's say this 300 pips, right? And I'm not looking for sells until you break below 18 or below 99. I gotta sell the bottom, right? You can't just say like, hey, if this drops 300 pips, this will lead me to my move. So then like, how could you really FOMO? Because what you're doing there is you're just following your playbook, right? Your play. Let's say in your playbook you have a play for below 18. You want to wait for price to break below the ranges. So like, how could you take a position that's not yours? If you have a playbook. If you don't have a playbook, you're gonna FOMO 24/7 for sure, because you're just kind of running in circles trying to grab a position. So there's no like plan to it. But if you plan for something, there's no FOMO. Easier said than done, but that's part of having a playbook, right? Once you see your setup play out enough, you'll have confidence to not enter anything else other than what's in your playbook. A playbook will be like, I would say 80% solve like your discipline and emotions in trading. Because like, how could you look for something else after? If you put a lot of work into your playbook, like how could you really look for something else? It's like if you're looking for a fakeout here, like what, you're gonna take a buy now? That's not in your playbook. How could you really take a buy? Like, and then the more you look at your stats, or like the more you look at like, yeah, your winning percentages for those trades, it's like you understand like the opposite of what's in your playbook. They may not be as high. It might be high to somebody else, but maybe not to yours, because you might not have experience taking those positions, right? Someone might have in their playbook right now a breakout buy. For them, it's a 80% win rate. They'll take it. For you, it's like maybe like a 60, because you haven't had enough experience with that trade. So like, how could you take it then? I have FOMO though. Like if this move comes down, like, you know, well, not really FOMO. I'll be like, oh damn, that was a nice move. But it's just how you react to it. Live on YouTube, yes sir. Yes sir. Chat, nothing significant has happened, huh? This is volume though. That's the one thing it brought in, but that's the first set of volume today. So what that means is like that's the very first push today. This could have happened at 11. This could have happened at 9, 8. Like that's like the part where the earlier, like you want that to happen early, and it kind of happened not too early today, but decent enough at 9, right? So that's good. But it's the very first set of volume. It doesn't mean direction. It doesn't mean anything yet. There's still a whole lot of moves that could print. But that's like the very first set of volume. And sometimes like when you're like sitting on a chart, let's say you hop on an 8 every day, and when you sit on the charts at 8, and let's say the first set of volume comes on at 11, you're gonna think that first move at 11 is the move because that's the first time you've seen volume. And that's how you get faked out a lot. But just remember like the first set of volume, not about like how much you're moving, where you're moving, but like think about it, like NYS, you come on for NYS session and you're sitting in the range, and then all of a sudden you got the spike. That's volume now. So then now that should lead you to more movements. That should lead you to more confirmations, right? Because from here it can really go two ways, right? It can go up, re-break the highs. If it does, then you can see this as like a little bit of structure that's holding, right? So then like going back on this time frame, like you're kind of still doing the same thing you've been doing all day, which is just kind of like slowly driving up. But now that you have volume, could this be a strong drive up, right? Or if you re-break the lows now, then you can see this move as like, if you start breaking back in the range, you can see this move as liquidity, right? For a top wick. But that can be corrected still. You create a play with your back testing? No, not bad. I don't like back testing. I like sample sizing, like live charts, because yo, when you're back testing, usually you're using like a replay mode, or you're using like some simulator. You know what you're not back testing at the same time? You're not back testing your emotions with that play that you're looking for. It's easy to go back in time and be like, I'm looking for a certain candle. You can just kind of skip the candles, right? But when you can sample size it live, and this is why sometimes, bro, it really do taking like a year for a play to form. Like the leg candle was in the works for a year before we took it, at least 1 year. But when you're always back testing, you're missing the main ingredient to what makes you a good trader. It's the emotions. It's like actually sitting hours for that candle to form. It's like, can you put your mind in that exact spot every time? When you like simulate, it's easy to just do it. It's like simulate. Like, you know, it's just, you're missing that. Like 9% of trading though, which is the psychology part, like waiting for that play to actually form. So when you sample size it might take longer, but it's more worth it. It actually builds you as a trader compared to just back testing. Back testing is cool if like, you know, you're first starting off, but after a while, like sample sizing, like things done live is better. Like over time, like you'll just subconsciously, like, let's say like the leg candle for me wasn't like something I came up one day. It was kind of just like I was on the charts every day, right? Every day, Monday to Friday. And then as time gone on, I started noticing that candle print. And then over time, I started like taking notes on like, okay, every time this candle print, how often does it really play out? And then I still haven't like taken notes on it or like collect the stats on it yet. Just like in my head, just thinking like, oh, every time I see it, I'm just not paying attention to it. And then after a while, like you see it form enough, okay, cool. This is something maybe we can look for. Then I'll tell my chat like, yo guys, this is called the leg candle, or chat will make a name for it, right? Me and chat. And then we name the leg candle. And then over time, every time it forms, someone in chat's like, yo, Don, that's the leg candle you're looking at. Or Penzo might be like, yo, Don, that's the accordion. We had a play called the accordion last year. and then we'll just notice that play, and we'll actually, you know, keep track of it, and then after some time we'll take the trade on it. And that's like my process on how we found like leg candles or range 1 range 2s, or like the celery play, or like the onion, the fake outs. Like all of that was done with time, like on live charts though. It wasn't really like something we back tested. But what it starts with though is it starts with a question. Because once upon a time, somebody told me that I can't avoid fake outs. I'm like, huh? I never take no for an answer, right? So like I spent my time like over the months trying to figure out like what even is a fake out. And then that's when we got to the conclusion that a fake out is this, right? Like someone said, like, you can't avoid this. Like this just happens in the markets. And it's true. It just happens in the markets, but you could increase the ways of you avoiding it. So then all we did was we added a range 2 breakout. So this is a range 1, and we wouldn't take the buys until we get a range 2. So this is range 1, this is range 2. So if it were to be a fake out, we'll see it happen. But at least we know that if you start to pull back, hold, come up to rebreak, above here could be buys now. All right, that's all that really was. And then as time gone on, that just continued to give up. But all live, like you're missing so much like back testing or hopping on a sim. Like I would say sim, like maybe spend, I don't know, like once a month, 2 times a month, once a month, like if you really want to, like 2 times a month, but not too much. By the way, Sims on July 11th, chat. July 4th is the America bank holiday, right? 4th of July. So we'll do the sim on the 11th in the group. I tried backtesting. The result was I was expecting the next move will be the same like today or the next day. You just need more plays. Like over time, like as you like continue to trade, you just have more plays and more experience as time goes. Like at one point I was getting caught in fake outs, right? So it starts off of that. Like once you get caught in them, you're like, you start questioning, like, is there a way I can avoid this? And then as time goes on, you just kind of fill the gaps in. Like some questions that I had from like my first year of trading, I didn't get answers until like the year 8. But you're always learning, so it's like you're always gonna find the answer if you're consistent. There hasn't been a question that I wasn't able to answer yet. Every concern, question, and trading that I've had about FOMO, greed, like eventually you come up with the answer with time. But when you take that break, you know, that's when you kind of not evolving, like a mental trading break. Might be GG's. We just have 40, 42. Yeah, you gotta break that 41 zone. But you have volume now, so if it comes down, it comes down sharper at least. Can you do second chart for a whole minute? I remember learning so much from it once you did it, but didn't see the video. Can you do 1 second charting? I don't have the second chart on my thing. That's the thing. Do I? No, I don't have the second chart, man. Like, you want me to break down the second chart? Like live candlestick? What year you focus on full-time trader? October 2019 was when I quit my job. Or handed in my 2 weeks. October 2019. You had it and you did it. On the second chart, I did. Like, what did I do? Like, break down how the candles are moving. Or was it? Are you sure it wasn't the minute? Yeah, it was. I don't remember the second chart. Yeah, only trade gold. Gold. Just pick whatever pair like suits in your session, you know? If NY is your session, pick a USD pair, might be best. NAS 100, US 30, gold. If you trade like London, that's your main time session, then GJ or one of the pound pairs. Honestly, just fine. Just stick to one pair and master that one pair. You're less prone to overtrade too. Like, you know, you're not just like gonna open up a new chart because you want to look for a trade. One pair, focus on it. Any pair works. It doesn't have to be gold. Doesn't have to be gold. Like the limitless guy. All right, Brett. The limitless guy. The guy to the blue pill, the red pill. No, that's the guy. He was trying out that one drug. And then he started trading or something, right? He was like, shh. Started seeing shit. Maybe next week. Chat, anyone use the second chart to trade? Like any of the seconds? People or most YouTubers mentors in PH told me that trading gold is risky and not sustainable. You know, don't listen to people, man. Listen to just go through your own experience with it, because they might only be saying that because they didn't have the best experience with gold. Doesn't mean you can't. You know what I mean? Like you kind of gotta go through it to like see if that it's actually for you or not. Because like someone once told me, you can't avoid fakeouts. Imagine if I just said, okay, my whole perspective on trading would have been stuck in that same way for 8 years. Think about that. I wouldn't have got to 100K. I wouldn't have gone to the milli. Like, we wouldn't have gone here, chat, if I listened to that person that told me you can't avoid. If someone tells you you can't and you listen to them, you're stuck like that for most of your life after, until you actually make the decision to actually go and do something for yourself. Like, imagine. So you gotta test it out yourself first to know, right? You gotta actually push the limits, see like how far you can go. Yeah, they own you. Like words, you gonna let words like own you and tell you like what you are, what you can do, what you can't do. Like you're free to do whatever you want, to think however you want. How do you determine that today's top wick cannot be based on yesterday's top wick? What do you mean? The daily? The daily close, remember, daily had a wick fill, a little wick fill here, but at the same time, the daily close holding this range. So any given point that can flip bearish. Still, it's bullish, right? Sometimes when we get a bullish closure that's holding the ranges, you accept that's gonna go up for a top wick, but then the part that hasn't happened yet, or maybe it won't happen today, but it could happen, is you can still flip because you're still holding that zone. And if you flip on the daily, then that daily candle flips bearish like this, and that's your top wick, right? Because you're still coming down bearish here. But what's gonna happen here, right? So that's what I don't know. I don't know if this was liquidity. I don't know. It's like it's a very weak move. Like looking at it, like if you zoom out, like, you know, do you even see liquidity anymore? At this point, you kind of just see like a range, right? A range there. You got some ranges here, ranges here, ranges here. Like you just got a bunch of ranges. But I don't think it's significant. Or it could be better. Could be more obvious. What's the last thing you remember that you pushed to quit your job? Bro, I made 10K. Like I was only a part. I was like 17. No, not 17. I was 19. Like I was making the most at my job. Like maybe I was actually working a lot of hours. I was working like 36, 35 some summers. But I was making like at most like I think 18 to 22K a year working a part-time job. So like 10K, me seeing 10K for the first time, you know, that's like, oh shit, I've never had 10K all at once in my life. So that was enough, but that was some risk too. Cause I was also in like school too at the time. And I took a semester off. Actually, I didn't take a semester off. I actually, well, yeah, I took a semester off, but because my first semester I was kind of not doing too great. I was like missing classes and missing exams. So that was really my focus. And I took a semester off, and that's when I really just knew I wasn't gonna come back. I was like, I gotta find a way. But yeah, 10K today though, can't live with that. Where'd you go to school for? I went for graphic design and business. But graphic design. So like design, like using Illustrator, Photoshop, learn design elements, logos, branding, or maybe it was design and advertising. It wasn't design and business, design and advertising. Yeah, family business, can't really quit. It's kind of just, you know, it's not even a job at that point. It's kind of just want to help out, or you want to just, it's just normal. It's just part of your life. Yeah, you don't gotta be like a billionaire to be a trader, right? Or like you don't gotta like quit your job to be a trader. Like you can genuinely still love your job and still trade. You can make more money trading than your job, but still love your job and still work there. There's like, it's not one or the other all the time. That 10K was prop firm challenge? No prop, bro. There was barely any props in that year. Like prop firms didn't really pop off until 2022. That's when I started hearing more of them. Prop firms kind of new. Like they've been around since 2015, like FTMO, but they weren't really like popping. What was big was pyramid schemes. That was big in trading. Downward after breaking a certain level. In this exact instance, because this is a range. It's like, maybe it's because it could be an impatient thing too. Like when you look at it like this, and remember, it's when it's the first move of the day, your mind's gonna think that this is the move. But if you just like, I don't know, I guess approach it from a more relaxed standpoint, that doesn't make sense really. But if you zoom out, was that really liquidity? Like, it's just a range. You know what I mean? It's just a range. It's nothing crazy. Like, something crazy would have been maybe been like this. You know, that would have been something. But like, if you zoom out, it's like it barely made a dent. Like that pop up barely made a dent on price. So when you're like, when you hop into the charts and you're always thinking like, I need to take a trade, I need to take a trade, these small pops are gonna like have a huge impact, because you're gonna be like, wow, that was the move. But when you come to the charts and you plan everything out, like you look at it and it's like, there's barely volume here right now. Like, don't get me wrong, it was still like, you know, 250 pips, but pips are relevant, right? It's like, you're looking at this is just one range. So that's why, like, sometimes like, or you hear me today say like, I'm gonna miss out on this entire range, because I don't think there's a significant impact until you actually start breaking below like 18. That's what I think. I could be wrong, right? But that's me accepting that I'm missing out on this range, and I need it to push down that much in order to confirm volume and confirm that you're actually breaking into the ranges. So like, anything that happens here is kind of just, you can't just watch it. You don't really like react to it. You know what I'm talking about, chat? You know how some days you show up to the charts, like I can't be the only person, bro. You know how some days like you show up to the charts and like you're more sensitive to pushes versus days where you're less sensitive to pushes. So then you just kind of have like an idea over time. Why are you sensitive to these pushes? And eventually you'll be consistent. Like, you'll be a certain sensitive every day. How do you mark your BE zones? You put your money in the profit. Just some minor support and resistance. Like if we were to get a sell, let's say here, there's no sells here, chat. Okay, just making that clear. But let's say we were to get a sell. BE would be like maybe here. Wait, no, not there. I'll say here, 40, 45. And then next zone down here, as you break that low, is going to be trail stops. So from here to BE, that's like 14 pips. If it taps the next zone, trail stops. I'm just going off of these wicks here, right? This first zone is off of this. Second zone, you could adjust it too. Like, it could be maybe a little lower to match with these wicks here, right? And then if you look at it, it's like, at what point are you going to have a drop? Like, at what point is it going to be clean traffic? I'll say more so below here. So then you can give that a little more room. But at first, it might be more aggressive. So then, like, your next BE might not be until this point. That could be your next BE zone. So you go from, like, here to, oh, shit, 30% profit. Okay, BE there. At the next zone, 26, you just move your stops from BE to this high. So you trail at 40% profit. And it's able to break through here and here. Below here, you have more clean traffic. So then you could be less aggressive with the BEs. Right? Or you can have one more like here. Maybe not there. Maybe here on this low. This might be your support. 40, 41. Right? And then you just kind of keep trailing. And if it comes down towards TP, which is a leg candle fill here, then you're good. But it shouldn't be based off just like, you know, a feeling. like, oh, I want to go BE because I'm sitting 10 pips in profit. Like, it shouldn't go off of like a certain static pip count, because that's not relevant to price action, right? Like 10 pips could be like, you know, on a day today, this could be a 10 pip range. On a day like Wednesday, this range could be like 200. So you want to go off of like what's actually in front of you. From what amount of capital do you think you can make a proper outcome trading? Being able to withdraw, you can withdraw at whatever balance. Like you can do $100 account. Like I did this account at 1,000, and we're still withdrawing. Like it doesn't. The only thing stopping from withdrawing is that you're greedy. You just want more money. So that's why a lot of traders get stuck in that loop of like, oh, I have a small balance, I want to flip it, and then I'm gonna withdraw after I flip it. Even if you do withdraw, if you haven't built good habits from the start to repeat again, you're gonna eventually break those like run of luck. So it's like you might as well just start building good habits from the jump and making those like consistent withdrawals from the jump. Regardless if you have a $100 account or a 5K account, because then you're just invincible after, like in terms of you're already used to withdrawing every month if you come out in blues, right? Like if you start doing that at 5K, imagine what it's gonna be like when you're at a mill. It's the same routine. You're gonna withdraw at the end of the month, but you're withdrawing that same percentage every month. You're not thinking in numbers no more. You're thinking in like percentages. So you can do that whatever balance, but it's, you know, it just might not be the balance that you want all the time. Guys, please do not LARP or call signals or promote shit in the Discord, please, bruh. Please, I made too many groups where I just know where everyone's intentions are when it comes to posting profits, and their Discord link shows like their group. Like, motherfucking I'm restarted or something, bruh. Like I made like 4 or 5 groups by now, chat. Like, bruh, please do not like be weird in the Discord. It's like, just respect the Discord, bruh. The Discord is for you to learn, not for you to promote shit. If you want to promote something, build your own shit, bruh. Like, nothing wrong with like teaching another person to fish, but when you start fishing in someone else's pond that you learned from, that's like, bruh, that's just weird, bruh. It's like, that's just straight up weird, bruh. Like, god damn. Just fish, make your own pond, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Make your own pond and go fish in your own pond or make your own shit. But you can't be promoting someone's shit in... God damn. You know how I know, chat? You know how I know? Because I used to be that guy too. That's how I popped off. But it also makes the group very like... I had to leave. I didn't fish in the same pond though. That's something I did not do. I made my own pond. But... don't fish in someone's pond, bruh. Please. Wait, drinking coffee. Coffee hitting today, though. Yesterday did not hit. I don't know. It's just weird, man. But it's hard though. Like nowadays, like there's not a lot of groups out there that it's just like, people just want to be in there. You know, it's kind of just everyone's trying to like promote something, a fundy or something. No problem, man. Just don't do it again. Chat, any FIFA matches yesterday? Who won last night? Who won last night? Oh, we got Norway and France today. That's gonna be a crazy game. Chat. Mbappe and Holland, right? Holy, 3 p.m. game. Who played yesterday? Japan, Sweden. Oh, Netherlands won. Yo, if Canada wins against South Africa, we might actually verse the Netherlands. Ecuador beat Germany. Holy. Wow, Ecuador actually beat Germany. America lost to Turkey? Where's the Oh, they're still first though. Bosnia is nice. But though chat, do third place teams make it still or no? Oh, Bosnia did make it. US versus Bosnia. That low-key might be cinema. Morocco and Netherlands. Brazil and Japan. That might be cinema too. France and Norway for first. Hey bro, what pair are you looking at today? Just gold. Just waiting. Japan's thinking it's a good game. Gee. Chat, 30-minute might close here. 15 might be a leg. Yeah, 15 is a leg actually. 15 is a leg and a 30-minute is a leg. Could be a leg too. Let's see. Chat, you see how it's kind of like just hold, like back-to-back counts holding? So you gotta break these highs. At least now you have a high. You had a high and you had a low. So I think you gotta break one of the others in order to bring in some volume. I don't know about direction, but volume should increase. Volume should increase. 4 has no top wick though, so we'll see, but you want to see these break for sure. Let's see. What time is it? 9:48. Still a lot of time today, like an hour and a half. Tavaros. That's how you say your name? Tavaros? There's a guy for the Leafs named Tavares too. John Tavares. They ever use moving average? Yeah, moving average for sure. That was in baby pips, so anything from like grade 1 to 6, I've definitely tried in baby pips. Moving averages, yeah. Moving average is a good indication though. But I don't see the it's like a little lagging. That's the thing. It's just like a lag. It's like it's I don't know. It's just, it tells you information after it happens. It's like, no shit, this is bearish, right? It'll be like, oh, moving average shows, or this is like oversold. Like, yeah, it is oversold though. Or like, you know, whatever oversold means, like it is coming down already. But moving averages, I've done Ichimoku. Ichimoku's lit. Chat, you guys ever use Ichimoku? I was like my favorite indicator. Look, this is all I use actually. I still have it. This is what I use. Everything here I use. So yeah, moving average is there. What is this again? SSL. Oh yeah, that was part of Ichimoku. Oh yeah, I used to have this, chat. I used to have that running with the Ichimoku cloud. Holy, we have like if I were to go back in time right now, I'll look at this and be like, I would look for buys. Hold on, let's see. Is there a crossover here? Okay, so there's, yeah, I think it was these two lines, the red and green. Hold on. What line was it? No, it was these ones. Whenever these would cross, and it showed like, because Ichimoku, that's kind of what taught me clean traffic. You have clean traffic till here, right? It's just like you're breaking into this range, so that'll be the top of the resistance. And then whenever these cross, I'll take my position. So these haven't crossed it. They came close to crossing. That's crazy though. And I think I'll use the 5. So with the moment these cross over, it's like that's your indication, and you have clean traffic. But yeah, this is just form resistance. You see how like chat, you see how like it kind of like lines up with my zones? That's kind of when I stop using them. It's like no more training wheels, because then you kind of get used to the indicators, right? Like we have a yellow zone here. Look at where it is, you know, same thing. We have a support here. Look at the bottom of the cloud, right? The bottom of the cloud is like with that support zone. So same thing there too. So eventually you don't need indicators because you can't just see it without the indicator. It's the blue and red. Yeah, it's called a TK crossover. That's how I used to call it, the TK crossover. I have like one of the first my first Zoom calls. I was in the Zoom call and he was telling me about the TK crossover and like Ichimoku and how to use it. It's clean. I like Ichimoku because it gave a lot of like confirmations, confluences. Edimoku. I also used to use Hikinashi. These cows look like I don't know it, but I used to use this. What else is there? Chat, anyone ever use Renko? I don't know how to use Renko. Like, I mean, Renko is good to identify like structure, I guess, but this I never use. Line chart I used to use to like mark up support and resistance. It was just easier. Like, you can use this to help you a little bit. Like a lot of you can see like the rejection areas clearer. That's pretty useful. Let's see, man. You broke outside the range. For chat, remember, we still have wick entry sells, right? But where we have it again? Up here. So still 250 pips on the break of the highs. It's not too bad though. Earlier we were like maybe 500 pips away, so 200 pips is not bad. But I think I used the daily zones. I used this right here to find my resistance for that, and that's where my wick entry sell is. So I would expect, like, you see how you kind of reacted here? I would expect the same reactions here, because like we are bullish on the smaller time frame, but higher time frame still bearish. So like you coming down this much and then pulling back could just be a lower high. And assuming that price continues up, if it does, right, if you put yourself in that picture, it's rare that you just kind of come up like this. Like you usually would create like a bit of structure. Let's see. Let's see if he even gets up there though, right? It might not. Hikanashi. That's part of my confluence. But wait, what did you use it for though? Like volume? I forgot what Hikanashi was like mainly for. Or trend? Would you sell at 40 and 69? I have it higher. I have 93. I don't have a 69 just tapped, right? I think you just tapped it. There is something there. Bomb the range here. If you're gonna look for a wick entry sales chat, as long as it's not within this range here. But yeah, bottom range you could react, or above the range you could react. But if it, so here's the thing, chat. If this were to pull back now and come back up to break, there's a high chance the red zone will get filled, because that's you breaking into the range, right? And then once that gets filled, you want to look for the top of the range for the wick entry sales next, which is why, like, you know how sometimes we move it? This is, that right there could be an explanation for that. So it's usually above or below the ranges, because in the middle, it's like you just feel it. Like, you know, you just feel it. It's like if you were to take a position for buys, like you expect the middle of the range to just fill it. So it's always going to be above or below where you get the most reactions at. But yeah, it could be anywhere from 93 to 4120 even. But very key how it comes up. If it's one motion, right, we have a 93. If it starts coming up towards like 89, pulls back or something, re-breaks, we'll move it up. To get rid of noise, true. Yeah, I think it was good for that. Wait, why aren't the GIFs working? GIFs should be working. This is GIFs. GIFs. Do you have a course of strategy you can buy? If so, hit me back, please, fam. I'm really trying to break generation curses. Generation curses. Yeah, we have a course, DVS02. I dropped it like last month. DVS02. Check out the playbook first. See if the strategy actually suits you. And if the strategy suits you, then look into the course. But look at the playbook V2. And because this is everything that I do, like in a text form, right? And then the videos and everything is actually on the course. But make sure like the strategy actually aligns with like how you trade or want to trade. Or based off the streams. We're here every day, so you can just watch your replays. But yeah, if that suits you, then the course is right here, DVS02. Should be 22 topics. It's like text. It's like all videos, but each video has text, like a text page. And then you also get access to DVS0. If you get package B, you get access to DVS01. So you get the signals and the live Zoom calls. This is, or live Discord calls. And you get 2 years of DVS01, so 2 years of the signals, which is like everything that we take right here. Why is my camera tweaking? But yeah, every trade is taken here. So these are all the trades taken in DFSL 1. Chat, withdrawal days in 4 days, huh? 4 days until we withdraw some. So 30% of my profits I will be withdrawing for the month of June. Where is my can? Wait, where is it? Why doesn't it work? It's not flickering. Oh, there you go. But yeah, withdrawal days in 4 days. Where'd I get that again? ADMEs.com. Here, that link right there. Nightbot just sent it. So check out the playbook first. See if like this strategy will suit you, and then if it does suit you, then the course is DVSO 2, which is right here. And this is everything we do. Chat, withdrawal days in 3 days. Or when does the month end? Wednesday? Wednesday is July 1st, right? So yeah, Canada Day. If we end off here, we still got a couple of days, but we end off where we are for this month. $179, so 30% of that will be on this account. 30% of 179.47 is $53. So yeah, we end the month off here, Chad. That'll be a withdrawal for the end of the month. And then we're gonna have total maybe like $900 in withdrawals. So like we're gonna be completely break even at 1,000. Like completely break even. Like everything in the account is like literally risk free. Because the deposit was 1,000, right? So maybe once it's risk free, we can increase the risk. Didn't price make quite a bit of structure? Asian London, why wouldn't a buy be valid? Not looking for 1,000 per kind of moves, but short term, lower time frame. I wouldn't say it's invalid. Like technically, if you bought above the blue range, you would have got something, right? But I'm worried that this could still be a fake out. Because I don't have any buys here. Like I don't have buys until higher time frame structure, so at least above 15. No, not 15. I think it was above here, above 41.40. So if you break this high up here, that's when I'll look for like buys. But anywhere here could still be a top wick because you're still trending down, right? Like looking at this, you see how you're still like kind of trending down. Top wick, push top wick. So this can still flip, and especially if you're bouncing into these areas here, anywhere in that area could reject. So that's why like taking buys is not a bad idea. For short term you could, but I want to make sure higher time frame aligns too, because if we buy and it's actually trending, like there's more opportunities for buys compared to like going against like this entire move down, right? Like you don't want to get caught up. But yeah, that's why like the moves down would be like a trendier move. So if we get like either a wick entry sell or like I would take a wick entry sell. I do have one, but it's at oh shit. No, 9-3. I was gonna say that I have an 80 zone. Like 80 is right there. It just reacted already. I have a 93, 94 zone, so almost there. I mean, you gotta push up another 150. That's pretty close now, chat. Get ready, huh? If we get the sells, chat, what would stops and lots be? Is the question. And we have a leg count too, the opposite way. If we get a leg a position, I think we'll use Is there a high there? Right there, perfect. I think 1800 pip stops. 1888. So 4283 would be my stops. Chat, get ready. It could be quick here. If you spike up, man, it could be quick, okay? But I have it at 93. So anywhere in this box here, just get ready. And Hansa, you're probably wondering, like, why don't you just look for buys going up then if you know it's a wick entry sell? I don't know if it's a wick entry sell. Like, I don't know if we're going to come up towards there. Because, again, it could reject anywhere, right? So that's why I got to wait until it actually gets there for me to get the wick entry sell. But I don't know if it's actually going to come up, right? It can just reject here, and I might miss out on the wick entry sells too. It happens all the time. But that is the move that I'm looking for, chat. All right, so wick entry sells stay and just fake outs. The good thing about this too is that since you continue to pop up, if you start breaking back into the ranges below like 44.40 and creating structure, instead of taking sells below 18, instead of taking sells like in this box down, we can take it in this box instead because you made a steeper high. Oh, chat, 1 minute, 1 minute. A World Cup gets canceled. Reggie locked in. Oh yeah, chat TP. If we get the wick entry sell, we'll attempt wow, this is actually a runner. I didn't think this is 230. We'll attempt like 4070. If we got the wick entry sells at 93. I think we tapped 80, right? No. Yeah, 80, 79 we tapped. So a little more. You see these areas right here? That's kind of what it's based off of. And the next zone, you can see like where is that going to be? Like you're looking at more so up here, and after that it's up here. So those are your zones, 140 and then 200. But I think once it breaks above 140, it's kind of like bullish. You probably still get pullbacks, especially if you push, but you can start looking for ideas for buys. And then obviously the pullbacks are key here too, right? Like you don't want to see pullbacks. This should still be okay though. What's up, Wicked? Chat, if you guys are enjoying the stream, man, hit the like button, sub to the channel. We're live Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. East. Today's the last day of the week. And then we're off. Whoever stops getting 1800, could I use a 0.06? I think we could. 0.06 lot instead of a 0.5 finally. So not in yet, chat, okay? It's gonna be a wick entry sell at 40.93. We gotta just watch how it comes up here. But if it shoots straight up there, then 40.93 is the wick entry sell. And then it could be actually, there's a chance it could be a little lower. It could be at 92, 91. Just be ready, right? And then BEs, I think this is a trail stops for sure. 58, yeah. Let's see, what are my BE zones? This could be BE, like 87. If we get in at 93, it could be the bond, the blue line. It could be BE. That's 26. But if we get in here at 90 flat, then we could use like an 87s the BE. And then the re-breakout lows is trail stops. Cool. Cool chat. We said 5's building structure. 5? There's a leg candle, a lot of leg candles actually. It could be. I think maybe if it I think you need a steeper pullback though. So maybe that could be after we get in. I think for me this is okay. This is still okay for me. Because the minutes just kind of range. Slowly going up still, right? I think structure would be like if you like do something like this. And that's when I'll kind of call it off. But you want to see a pop, right? If it continues to go slowly up like this, we might move it again. Yeah, get ready. 90, okay? 90. 84. 1 more pop, gold. Again, these minor zones going up, chat, are like our BE zones for when we get in, okay? So they could also be reaction zones too. You might see price go off of them. If it is, then it is what it is. But we don't have a plan. I don't have a plan to take a 84 or 87. Just 90 lowest right now. You got a gap. Is this Sunday's high? And it's Wednesdays. Wow, what a week, huh? It came down bearish all week. Could the weekly flip? Question mark? $42.35. What's up, green? Is that the real green though? Green with no numbers. Chat, is that the real green? Oh no, camera's flickering, chat. You know what that means? About to get some. W green, man. You always say that. No, because I swear last time you came there was like there was a number next to your name. It was like green, some. The real green bean. Chat, we're close here, man. Let's see, how far are we away? 55 pips away, okay? So we're close. Let me start recording. And you don't want pullbacks, right? You want straight pops. Like minor pullbacks are okay, but nothing too severe. And then if it pulls back though, we'll move it up again. I don't know where. I think I have 107 next. I just found this right now. 106 next. Okay, if this were to come down towards like 75 again or something, we'll move it. 106. And after that is gonna be 122. 122. And yeah, this position has a higher chance for runners, right? Just because the ranges are good, like they're massive. Like this is like clean trap. Like when you look at the the top of the range rejection, the bottom of the range is here. So like that's a lot of range you can grab. But just be mindful of the BE zones and trail stop zones, okay? That's kind of what we are going to use here. So BEs are 87, trail stops 87.95, trail stops 87. Get ready here. 84 trail stops, right? But yeah, 0.06 lot stops are 1800 pips. Stops are 42.83. Almost there. One more push. Can we do it? It's wick entry sells, so it's a short. Almost though. No buy limits, chat. Market executing. And alright, chat. Again, it sells. Wick entry sells right there. TP again. Will attempt it down. Where's my TP again? Down here, right? I'll put it here. TP is there, so that's like roughly 150-ish. And then again, BEs are gonna be 87.95. So I think we'll be saying like 19 in profit. Spreads are kind of wide here, so this, if it comes down, it should be a lot tighter. And then the 87 is gonna be trail stops. So basically, when it comes down towards this zone, the white line, move stops to break even. When it comes down towards the next line, move stop loss to in profit. So we'll move our stop loss to the first white line once it taps the second white line. Spreads are a little wide on the way down here. Let's see, can we get a BE? 82 could be a trail stop zone too. Chat, so the rebreak of this low, I'll move stops to BE, okay? One more push gold. There you go. The break even, risk free, trail stops, tap the second white line. And then if you break that low with trail again to this white line, this can flip. Can we get a runner? And no runner. Cool. Cool. Simple chat. Simple day. We broke this down to 8 AM, bro. We said we're going to miss it on the move up. And then when it comes up towards that zone, we did adjust it one time from 84 to 93, but that's due to structure, right? Very key, understand that structure. And then boom, we just got in and out. So no drawdown today, chat. W shit. Good shit, chat. 24 pips we did there. A minute and 36-second trade sent to the signal channel. So you get it right to your phone. I think some people also copy trade it from here to their MT5. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We had like, it would be nice if we had a runner. I did say there's a high chance you can get a runner, but again, like these zones you can't ignore, right? So it can also still rip, but here's the thing: it's only 10:18, and we could get more positions. Now I think the next position though, chat, could be wick entry sells, but it's gonna be higher. It's gonna be like 4115, or if you get another position, it could be continuation down. So fake outs, right? But you gotta come down first. All right, chat. But that's basically that trade there. So what'd you guys get there? What percentage you guys make? I'm about to find out what we made here. What did we make? I made $14.58. Thursday, no trades. Friday, $14.58. We did 0.51%. That's pretty good. 125% for the week. 1% and 1.25. That's a good, nothing crazy. Last week we did a lot better. Last week was like 228, but maybe we'll get another trade. All right, I'll take it though. 0.50, 0.50. And I think the account is at 2.722. All right, chat. So I'm gonna journal us out, and then we'll come back and see what else we can do. Okay. Oh yeah, chat. Drop your profit in the Discord overseas server. Drop your profits from the stream. Profits from stream. In this server. Let me see what you guys did. I'm just gonna journal this out quick, okay? I gotta lower this dopamine rush. Every time you take a trade, chat, you're always gonna have more dopamine, so you make sure you journal it out to like kind of kill that vibe, you know? $50, GG's. Stories, man. I missed on the moment. I think. I keep forgetting. What time was that trade taken at? 10:16. Chat. The trade was good, right? But you know the better part. Actually like saying that we were gonna miss out on a move up, like that's like, because then you're just patient, like you're just patiently waiting after that. 34 pips on personal and 20 pips on FTMO. Why does FTMO always get the lower? Okay, so the setup here was what? Wick entry sells, liquidity move, right? Basically. So, and if you had a better entry, chat, I think you would have got a better, more profits of that. If you had 93, came close. What was it on? Liquidity on the, I'll put the 4-hour time frames, what we use there. Wick entry sells, 4-hour stops. TP was, we tried. I think 4-hour TP as well. We tried, but it wasn't that strong of a rejection. BE zones is next large more resistance. BE on the minute 4 there. That's all we use really. And then just liquidity on the 4. It was a win. 0.06 lot. $14.58. Pips wise, we did $24.3. Drawdown? No drawdown, right? Oh no, I lied. There was a little bit. There was 30 pips drawdown. And then max profits, what do we get? 37 peak, and then trail stop loss hit. Oh yeah, whoever had that question about how I like BEs and trail stops, like that should have shown you like a live example of like kind of how I do it. You just pre-mark your zones up and you're just very strict with that, like, you know, like mark your zones and be take your time marking those areas up because like they're BE zones, right? And trail stop zones, they're more important than the entry itself. And there's just zones that price could reject off of, really. And some days it runs, some days it doesn't. 24.30. Cool. And then one more. What do we do here? 2026. Trade was at 10.16. NY session, gold sells. We took liquidity on the wick entry sells. 24.3. So not bad, chat. 24.3 pips. And then percentage wise, last thing, 0.51%. So chat, if you guys been here for 2026 this year on stream, you would have made 50% of your account for free on this stream in 3 months. We've been here officially for 3 months now, since March, April, May. Chat, if you've been here since March, since we first came back on the stream, chat, you like literally 52%. If you've been following my exact risk, 52% free, which means that if you started this in March with an account balance of 1K, it will be at 1,500 right now, basically. If you start with a 100K balance, it would have been at 150K for free. Free. If you've taken every single trade on this stream, the drawdown trades, the non-drawdown trades, like free. Like TP, stop loss, trail stops and profit, break evens, explain the trade, waiting for a trade with you guys, free. Right? March? I lied. I think I calculated from February. It might be maybe less than 50. I lied. Let's see. March, it came back around this time. 30%. So still free, right? So let's keep it going. Chat. Now let's see what we can do next, okay? I'm just gonna delete some of these zones though, like the BE zones, trail stop zones, clear up your chart a little bit. I like to do that after the trade because it's not the same idea no more, right? You can't take the same idea. But here's what price did. It didn't reject too heavy, so something tells me this might still have room to go up. And especially if you start breaking into the ranges, like your next area, remember the top of the range is here. So we could get another wick entry sell at 41.15, but you gotta wait for price to push up now. Same thing, you gotta wait for price to push up 230 pips, which isn't too bad. Maybe it'll pick up, but that's the top of the range, and that's also where we had a sell on. We had a sell there on the 10th of June, right there. So it's the exact same price point. All right, chat. But that's what I'll wait for next. Okay, I'll wait for that to kind of break out, and then yeah, I think there's also a leg candle here too. I don't have any buys here because I don't know if it's gonna go up from here. I need to wait for above for 140 for buys, or maybe a little higher, but I don't think that's gonna be today. 100 likes, chat. W trade, man. Good shit today though. Good way to end off the week if you're gonna end it off there. If you're still here, then we can get another banger, maybe. But that is, I think, 67 pips for the week. 3 trades this week, 67. And that's 362 for the month of June. And we're coming down to the end of quarter 2, chat. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, end of quarter 2. We're coming down to the end of it. So how was your quarter 3 so far? Quarter 2 so far? So this is quarter 1 for us. We took 10 trades in January, 8 trades in February, 8 trades in March, 10 trades in April, 13 trades in May, 11 trades in June. But look at these win rates though. Or don't look at the win rate. It's not a good habit. Look at the percentage gain. You know, forget the win rate. Forget the streak. NY session only. Wick entry sell has been crushing it though. 87%. I think it's a little weaker. 94 current high or low. Journal out now. Ads trades taken W. Thank you, man. Good reminder. Good reminder. Gold sells plus 0.51%. 24.3. Good shit, chat. Do you think this will go to 4112? It might. That's where I have my next zone. Look, you're rejecting heavier now though. Let's see. Let's see if this picks up, chat. Remember, this move up is still pretty slow going up, so you could still get a correction of it. You could still get a correction of this move. But that has to pick up in volume, right? Because I don't think, like, this is going up, but it's not like consistent. It's like very slow going up. But usually when that happens, you might like still expect a spike before coming down. Like, I don't think you had that spike yet. You had it here earlier, but again, I don't think that was anything. Like, it didn't come back down to re-break, right? So this could continue to go on forever or until the next zones, yeah. But I'll keep an eye out for 15, which is your 12 zone basically. And then after that is 4157. Like, those are the zones I'll pay attention to now. But I think from here to here is like, you know, let that ride up or do whatever it wants to do here, because you'll know. Like, that's the thing. If you wait for this range to clear out, you'll know what happens if it were to push back into this range, and if it were to break above, you have a better idea of where it's gonna go. But remember how the 4-hour candle is breaking into this range here? When it breaks into the range, you kind of want to let that do its thing, unless you're looking for buys, and look for buys up to fill the range. But it's not until the top of the range or below the range, so 70 or up here is when you want to look for like actual wick entries or reactions. Like here, between here, you want to let it just do its thing. Sixth sense feeling. Sixth sense feeling. What was just playing now? Kodak. Damn, Tavares, you missed it. Went to take a shit and missed it. GG's. Come on, man. Can't be taking a shit in prime time, man. Nobody had profits to spare today. Oh, good. DSO one did though. Whatever, man. What's the next trade? Let's see what we can cook up today, chat. Let's see what we can cook up today. Chat, do you guys have a better understanding of the strategy now though? Like, if you've been here for like at least, I'll say a month, 3 weeks to a month at least, it should be a little easier to understand now. Like, you go from questioning like, why is this guy waiting, missing out on ranges, to like, it should connect. It should start connecting. Anyone have buys today though? Anyone get buys going up today? Above like 41 or 18 even? Yo, 53 months. Buy or sell, bruh. W 53 months. Got 1 hour breaking previous 1 hour candle high. Got buys, W. I actually, chat, I don't know when we'll get the buys, but we haven't had a buy in 2 months. Our last buy was right here. So I'm assuming if you start moving from, because like you tapped a weekly zone, right? So if we actually start rejecting from this point on and trending bullish for next month, next week, man, we could start getting some buys, maybe. Because this has been bearish, right? So I've only been taking sells, but once you start actually changing and developing the structure, eventually just be straight buys. Buys at 40.32, 500 pips. Would you be interested in taking that bullish, the 1 hour left fill? Would you like to see a steeper top wick? Bullish left fill. You asking if I'm interested in taking a buy? I don't think so. I don't think here. Unless you're talking about this one. This one isn't bad. But I don't think I'm taking buys today, Penzo, until like above above like 200. Oh, we talking about the sell. The sell? Good question, actually. I think I'm gonna let this range play out, but below here, I'll look for something. Maybe a little lower. Yeah, like below in these areas. That's when I'll start hunting for something, yeah. But this range, I think I'm gonna let fly because I don't know. This could be a fake out chat in this area, but it could also just range and then come back up. Like it, because look, call me crazy, but you see how right here did the exact same thing. It was like ranging and then it spiked up and then came back into the range for a fake out. And I remember earlier, like we were talking about, oh, could this be a fake out? I was like, I don't know. It may not. It could still get corrected. And then you came right back up. So that was the pattern. If you look at the overall pattern for this, it's the same thing. It's like you're arranging. And then you get a spike. Right? Remember earlier when it spiked up, I was like, Chad, this is still in the range, right? Like don't get it twisted. Right? It was still in the range. And this is part of the range. And then you made a high. So this can come back and do the same thing. Like you're sitting here right now on price. And then you can correct and then still come back up. But I think below here it should be like free fall. 5 body, true. Let's see. We got 20 minutes left, and then we'll place a session stop loss. I think we'll place it on the highs probably. If we're looking for only sells today. $1.25% W. That's a good percentage. I haven't had a 1% day in forever. It was last week. since last week. This is a pullback too here, so this could be a higher low or something. Could still be a higher low. Could this be the steepest one? I think this might be the steepest one you've had since this push up. The steepest pullback. So let's see what happens. Let's see if you will get the first push up after the first push down. And then I think that's when you'll put pieces together, like, because then if it does that and start shifting, then that could be the start of something. But it could be a higher low still. Oh, win rate 2. Let's update that. 87.37. Oh, this win rate barely goes up now. 87.37. And then pips is 7555.64. Big one. Chat. I think I'm gonna increase a lot at 3K though. Maybe something small though. So our max lot right now is like 0.14. We haven't used a 0.14 because stops are massive, but if 0.14 are the max lots, maybe we could increase the max lots to a 0.18, 0.17 at 3K. And then the actual increase is at 4K, so that's the double. Every double I increase. So I last increased out at 2K because we doubled it. The next double is at 4. At 4, we'll bring it up to like 0.28 or 0.30. Haven't decided yet, but I think we'll increase that at 3K. 0.18 max. So instead, like for instance, today's trade, instead of using a 0.05 or 0.06, we might be using a 0.07 or 0.08. For 1800 pip stops. You said 0.25. If we did a 0.25 lot, this account would be at 4K probably, like 5K maybe. Every trade fixed lot. It'll be up. Calling a week. Thanks, Don. Enjoy the weekend. You too, man. Take it easy. See you next week. Just check these accounts. You know what we can do? Maybe we can start having a session stop loss before. We should have held the position. I think there'll be more. There'll be more opportunities to hold. Not every trade though. Are we gonna get a nice runner, right? Like it's nice, but there's more opportunities. If it's not this one, it could be the next one. Man, when you show your journal of data trades, I realize I'm targeting too much a day. Like example, I want to get 350 per day and then do over trading, then lose everything. Yeah, because you're forcing a balance on charts that are unpredictable, right? Like you're forcing yourself to make 350. What is 350 to the markets? What up, Nectar? Like what is 350 to the markets? The market doesn't know about $350. The market just is gonna move up or down, right? So instead of targeting 350, target where it can move up until, where it can move down until, and then that's gonna change your whole perspective. And then in between have like BE zones, trail stop zones that you could react at. And then that's just gonna change your whole perspective. Instead of looking at it from the money perspective, like, oh, I need to make 350 today. What is the market gonna give me today? Because some days it might give you, you ask for 350 every day. What if one day it gives you like 1,000? You never know. It happens for runners. You get more than you asked if you're just open. What happened to the daily analysis? The ones, yeah, I was lacking this week. I'm not gonna lie, I had a really busy weekend. I'll send one on Sunday. You guys want one every day? You know what, Sunday, I'll send one on Sunday. And Wednesday I'll send one in Divas 01. I can't send every day. I mean, I can, but nothing happens like almost every day. But Sunday, Wednesday, it helped. What part helped though? Like just like me looking for like my zones or like my ideas? Run a 10 lot. I run a 10 lot when you get to the phase 2 of FTMO. I can't even do a 10 lot on this one. Chat, what were the most lots you guys used in the trade? The most lots on a single trade you popped. And like, was your heart racing? Like, have you guys ever like went full margin and it just worked out? On a single price, 7 lot. Okay, man. 6, 7 lot. The zones. All right, I got you. Sunday, I'll send one. Even if you interpret your own way, okay, W then. W. 10 lot, 30 pip TP. Use 20 lot. Did it hit? Chat, anyone here actually use Caushi and are is profitable using Caushi? Like, you know that betting what do you call it? App or website? You can bet on whatever. I don't gamble. Good for you, bruh. Good for you. Don't gamble ever. Don't start. Once you start, it's hard to quit. Like real hard to quit. Don't gamble. Everything starts as for fun. Everything starts as a joke and then it gets real serious. Stop that through my direction. Down. Maybe once this account gets to 100K, I can buy a new cam. Caushi is a little different though from sports betting, but Oh, spreads are tight here, huh? Pause. Spreads are smaller here. Let's see, can it pop? Let's see. Hey, was this the leg count from Sunday? This is one you guys got, right? I think Reggie got this one. This is a nasty leg candle on Sunday. That's a nice one. That's like 260 pips. Can someone please help me? I bought a trade. Should I withdraw? You bought a trade. Should you withdraw? What does that mean? You made profits. Should you withdraw? What that mean? Would you believe it? I took a buy from 439 and closed 20 pips. I mean, I would believe myself if I did that. So why wouldn't I believe you? Damn, you should have held, man. You should have held and closed right at 92. I bought a trade. Should you withdraw? What that mean though? Are we talking about withdrawing profits, man? That's up to you. That's honestly up to you and your routine. Like, what do you want to do in trading, you know? Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Sharp projection at 90. I placed a trade on buy. I'm hitting so far. Should I withdraw now? Did you close yet? You can't withdraw if you don't close. The money isn't yours until you close. And even if you do close, the money isn't yours until you withdraw. So, I don't know. Chat, does anyone here withdraw per trade? Does anyone like withdraw 30% of their profits every day? I withdraw once a month. So again, whatever your routine is, like build a routine, you know? If it's once a week, withdraw once a week if you're in profits. If it's once a month, once a month. If it's every day, it's every day. It's whatever works. I'll let it sit through the whole month and a month of withdrawal. It could be every 2 weeks too, but right now it's every month for me. So look, every month you see withdrawals. Withdrawals. Like this account has been active for 16 months or 14 months, and I have 14 withdrawals, I think. Once a month. So just be consistent in whatever you do. Pause for gold 5,000 July. You might be snorting. Oh wait, 5,000? 5,000 maybe, yeah. Maybe. I don't know. All-time highs, I likely not. I don't know. Maybe like this move down is a little slow. We'll say in the monthly, but it has been going down. Or on the daily, you could get a correction at any given point. Yeah. I don't know about July though. I gotta see how the month starts. This month's closing bearish. Actually, let me just hold off. It might close. It might flip still. But as of right now, if it closes bearish next month, I think I would expect a continuation, but then I don't know if we'll continue to end off. Like we might have a leg candle closure, and then that's your start of a range. That's gonna be the start of a range, and then you'll probably like spend some time like hovering between here for a little bit, maybe a couple months before you figure out what I actually want to do next. But with it closing bearish, I would assume the next candle will come down bearish, start the month off. I just don't know where it'll close. It might close doji or bull or leg candle for August, and then maybe August could come down again, but I do think you'll range a little bit before deciding. You draw 2 times a month. Yeah, bi-weekly is actually pretty good. Chat, on a funded, it's like you can withdraw whenever you want, right? On a funded account, what the moment you pass, you can just withdraw like immediately. If you want to go for the max payouts or something. %. Every trade now. I don't withdraw anything, just gotta grow now. Whatever you do, just be consistent. 5 minutes left for a 1 hour close, chat. Funded, you gotta win 5 trades, then you can withdraw. The thing about a funded though, sometimes, man, it's a gamble, and if you can even withdraw or not, they might be like, you violated a rule. You didn't have a 1 to 3 RR throughout the week. You had a 1 to 3.1, which makes you an unprofitable trader. Huh? It's like, what? That's a gamble on its own too. Like the other rules I can't understand more, but the consistency rule, like that's a crazy rule. Like, how you gonna be consistent? How am I gonna be consistent with my risk to reward when the markets aren't consistent every month on what it's gonna move in? Like, there's some months where you move 4,000 pips, some months where you move 1,000. Like, how am I supposed to be consistent every month and it's not printing the same thing every month or every day? Took a buy at 477. Now just moves south to BE as top 490. My target is 4,000. What do you think? Took a buy at 77. TP 90. Wait, did you tap here? I think you tapped, man. Tap, 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 tap. Five, 6, 7. All right, so 5 minutes chat, and then I think we'll place a session stop loss probably on the break of the highs, the current highs, and then we'll go from there. If it breaks 91, we'll call it a day. If it continues to come down, we can still get fake outs back into the ranges. So again, still hunting, but with the session stop loss now. What do you have next week? Monday, Italian bank holiday. Tuesday, nothing. July 1st, Canada bank holiday. ISM manufacturing PMI. Thursday, wait. Why is NFP on a Thursday? Oh, because Friday's a USD bank holiday. Oh shit. Another short week? Oh yeah, because Saturday is July 4th, right? 4th of July. Interesting. So next week's a short week, chat. And on Thursday is NFP. So NFP is Thursday instead of Friday. That's lit. That is lit, man. That is very lit. Very lit. All right, 11 a.m. So if you break 91, we'll call it a day, okay, guys? But if it continues coming down, we'll just trail a session stop loss. And if it breaks below 41, which is pretty far still, but maybe below 55, we'll look for something. We'll look for continuation of sells, okay? 15 bear. 15 leg, yeah, that is a definition. This is the definition of a leg candle right here. This is like a perfect example of it. 1-to-1 leg candle. Yeah, leg candle. All right, let's just start trailing, man. Let's see, 5 top wick. Yeah, if we flip, we'll start trailing it. We'll probably move it down to like these highs or something. At like 86, and then eventually we just keep trailing. Can you trade going Apex? Apex Legend? Oh no, Apex the funded. Can you trade Apex on chat? Can you trade gold on Apex? Or is it GC only futures? GC futures. MGC? Yeah, there you go. You can trade futures. Wait, Apex doesn't have commodities? It's just forex and futures. True. Very true. What's your plan, Don? We have a session stop loss now at 86. So if it breaks the high, we'll call it a day. And the next idea is just fake outs at this point. I would look for wick entry sells, but I don't know how long it's gonna take to get to 15. or 41.15. They're gonna move quite a bit, right? 300 pips. So I have nothing then. But the next idea is gonna be if you start breaking below 41, which is kind of far to be honest, but that'll be the next idea. So unless it just rips straight down or something, we might be calling it a day very shortly here. So if it comes down like that, we'll start looking for sells like in this box. And that's basically my plan for the rest of the day. Rest of the week. Man, not a LARPer. What do you mean high risk? DM me for guide. Zoom annotations. I use Zoom. Just open up an account with Zoom and then share your screen, and then you're gonna see annotate, and then click on that, and then you'll have that bar, and then you can just draw infinity candles. Oh, we're actually coming down hard. Let's see, is it gonna make its way down? So yeah, we'll start moving our session stop loss to like the highs and just or flip, keep trailing it. So basically, when we do this, it's like volume or nothing, right? It's like if you get volume coming down, it's a particular move we're looking for. So you don't need to wait too long. When it gets to around 9 or 11 a.m. for me is my end of the day trading time. You have a leg candle right there on the 5. And we have a 15 Pro. I have one. Don't get iOS 27. It's so buggy. iOS 27, the beta, do not get it. Yeah, it gets pretty hot. But the worst one, what was the purple one? I think the 14. The 14 was terrible. or the 13 or 14. It like during the summer when you charge it, it's like a radiator. Yo, peace out, Spaceman Sam. 245 piss for the day. W day, man. I'll see you Monday. Peace, peace. All right. I guess. Hold on. Didn't break the highs yet. We might still be good here, chat. All right, there we go. All right, yo. Chat. That's it. We'll call it a day. So, congratulations everybody today. If you had a green day, if you didn't, then it's okay. Next week is a new week and the start of a new month. So, that's it for me today, though, chat. Okay. So, have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy your profits from this week. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Next week is a short week. Bank holiday on Friday, but Thursday is NFP, so should be lit. All right, chat. W session 0.51% today, and I think 1.25% for the week. So solid. All right, chat. Have a good weekend, everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Analysis will be sent on Sunday. There, everybody. Peace.
True religion, Air Force One zone. These niggas boring. I make fun songs. If you fell off, spent all that money, now his funds gone. I'm a rasta, RPIZ. Tell it don't text me, tell it don't call me. I been stuck on drink like all week. I need water, I need ID. I'm a doctor, OPIU, when narcotics in my body. She seen me sitting on the top floor, dog, and now she wanna top me. Tell her open it up, open it up, yeah, open it up, open it up, yeah, open it up, open it, open it, open it up, open it up, open it up, right here, open it, open it, open it up, open it up, open it up. I said top floor. I said forever like why we had the little fire right there with the guys all the time. Ain't shit funny man. We still ain't tell the money out. Heard it outside where we tryna hunt them down. We gon' try it out, then try to run it down. I just broke out more than a couple thousand. Just tryna kick it now, ain't tryna talk back. I got water, she tryna go down. I got water, this my private island. Brand new whip got low mileage. Brand new hoe got low mileage. I look boss, bitch, yeah, I bitch down. 7 white girl, no, I don't know mine. But shawty, she ride. Hell, now she ain't come to play. She hop on that shit and go, y'all. She calling me Lil Money, Billy Ray. I hope that you're ready to ride. I'm pulling up, putting 24s on Escalade. So I must be ready to die. I heard today I heard dropping out my partner's name. That bitch must be ready to fuck. But I walk and she stay right at my chain. I can't tell me walk it bucks. I'm ballin', you would think I love the game. Lil Money, he count us rest today. Lil Money, he get off the pack today. It's gone. My brother, he get off a pack today. I told her, but I'm still gonna act the same. I love her, but still gotta act the same. Y'all see these? I black on my feet and my team. I ride around decking that kid. I got weed and codeine in my pee. All I had was my deed. Now I wake up rich. Doing this for my twins. Doing this for the kids. Ain't shit funny now. We still ain't tell the money out.